Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of our online craft fair. We're delighted that you've come to join us. You're going to meet four amazing artisans today, but first let me introduce myself. I'm Jackie Ralston, and I've been involved in the craft fair industry for more than 30 years. I've been working with American artisans and with boutique food producers, and attending these shows has been so much fun, also producing them under the name of the Boston Christmas Festival and now the New England Christmas Festival, which will take place at Mohegan Sun in Connecticut on Thanksgiving weekend. So we all are aware of the issues that this quarantine has caused around the world. And within our industry, having all the shows for spring and early summer canceled has been really, really difficult. So we here at Artisan Promotions said, how can we help? The important thing is to keep our artisans connected to their fans. And it occurred to us that as people go to craft shows, they rarely have the time to go into booths and have a chat with the artisan about them, about how they started, sort of, the personal stuff. So we thought maybe that's what we could bring to you, our viewers, to enjoy, because they're all fascinating, interesting people. So today, you're going to meet JJ, who makes the most beautiful handbags. Goldie Fish is her company. And then we're going to meet LeAnne Marquis, who's a jeweler, and she fire paints her jewelry. So that's really fun for you to learn about. And then we're going to meet Rebecca Pirone, who is a cookie baker. And finally, we're going to meet Barbara Tibbetts, who is an authoress of children's books, a series actually, with a educational component to it. So we hope that you have fun, and come on, let's wander down the aisle and we'll go and meet JJ. Hello, JJ. How are you today?
Doing well, Jackie. Hi.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us. So as a way of introduction, I just want to say that in all the years that I have been in business and talking to people, I have never, ever, ever run across somebody who said, oh, my business was inspired by a dream. And I just woke up and said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And so now here we are, 10,000 bags later, beautiful handbags later, and it all worked out. So sorry for compressing your life, but why don't you put it in your words?
Oh my, yeah. That's a sentence you said. So yeah, it all started from a dream. I graduated from the Ohio State University, and I had a dream one night that told me to make handbags, and it was as pure and as honest and simple as that. I never sewed a moment before this.
Incredible, crazy, crazy.
Completely self-taught. So I have all my own hand-drawn patterns. I don't copy anyone. I don't even look at anyone else. It all comes from my heart, and I dream it up. It's pretty cool. It's very organic that way.
Very, very cool. And as we will see when we get to your website, which we're not quite getting to yet, because you have a lot of different styles and they can be worn in a lot of different ways. And you promised us a demo. So I'm putting you on the spot. Can you do that demo?
Absolutely. I have three bags prepped and ready to show you.
Great.
They're top sellers in my collection. So the first one I'm going to show you is my festival bag, and it's on a cool angle, number one, so that kind of gives it a little asymmetric vibe. This is a front pocket right here, so your cell phone can go right there. On the back side, I give you a great zipper all the way down, also a zipper top, which is so convenient and safe, then an adjustable strap. So fits on the body, looks fantastic. The next
Absolutely,
bag
because your fabrics are so beautiful.
Thank you. I search for the best upholstery fabrics that I can find. Think couch material, durable, washable, wearable. And this is the day bag. So again, I like this asymmetric vibe on the flap. 2 pockets right here and right here. And then also you get a zipper back and a beautiful microswave stationary strap. But I can also do adjustable straps on this one too.
Okay.
And the third one I want to show you is kind of one of my little new guys. As we all know, the hip bags are back, right? So this is my take on it.
I didn't know that, so thank you for bringing me up to date.
Absolutely. So this is my little hip bag. It has an outer zipper pocket for that cell phone and quick and easy goodies, a zipper closure. But I designed this to wear 3 different ways. So you wear it on your hip, you can wear it on your shoulder, or you can lengthen this strap completely out and go crossbody. So hip bag.
Fabulous. That's beautiful. And, and we can admire your fabrics as we're looking. So how about we go to your website?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'm going to pull it up right now. All right.
So, yeah.
So we're on your product collection. And,
absolutely.
You didn't talk about the backpacks. Shall we look at those?
Let's do it. Yeah, the backpacks are really popular. Very comfortable. I give you lots of options. There's a traditional backpack style that has a full buckle in the front. And then my origami bag is going to be more of a triangle shape that you're going to see. So 2 different styles of backpacks. All of them have a water bottle holder, cell phone pocket, zipper back, and the straps are fully adjustable to wear backpack, shoulder bag, or even crossbody.
So you've really thought about, how to make a beautiful bag and useful. And that's what we as women are always looking for, that ability to hide your water, your phone, your money, your all those things. Let me just ask you one question as I look at these that occurs to me. Do they fold flat or do they have a stiffener on the bottom?
Yes, every piece of fabric has a stiffening agent on the inside. So there's a lot of work that I do that you don't see. So these do have a 4-inch girth. So they don't fold flat because the backpack is meant to be really filled up with things. Other styles of bags that I have definitely can be flat and put in your suitcase and go.
Right. Oops. Okay.
And this is the front page.
Yes, which is a wonderful, fun page. And I want to get back to all of your bags. So
just click on handbags at the very top, and that's it. That's all you have to do. Just click on that. And it should take you there. There we go.
Product collection, yeah. Okay. Yes, so look at all these beautiful colors. And you offer the ability for somebody to call you up and say, I want the crossbody bag, but I want it in this fabric or not? People want
absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm. No, I custom order everything because it's me. It's these 2 hands making these bags. I can do anything. So tell me what you want, dream it up, and let's make it happen.
Beautiful. And you've got some, like I see over here on the evening event bags, we've got a few little feathers and.
Yeah, check that out. That's super fun. Absolutely.
Yeah. So obviously we're looking at some pictures of masks, and I know that this is a new direction for you as a result of trying to help out with COVID. And I know you're doing this with your wonderful and talented glass blower husband. Tell us about the masks.
Yeah, so Adam and I spent about 2 weeks in prototype phase. We created probably 40 different patterns, tweaking it by 1/16 of an inch to get the correct size for men, women, and children.
Wow.
Because if we're gonna go big or go home.
Right.
So yeah, I have a mask right here for you. Yeah, I'll just put it on.
Yeah, show me how the adjustment works.
So I did a lot of research on like ear loops. Super uncomfortable after wearing it. It hurts your ears a whole bunch. So I designed a mask that makes your hair look good and you're feeling good. So step 1.
You haven't got a mask that can show your lipstick color yet, though, do you?
I love it. I love it. So step one, you just kind of put the lower strap on and fluff your hair out, put the upper strap on, and take it both straps under your hair. Real simple, right?
Yeah.
Then all I'm going to do is loop these around my ear, and there's a toggle in the back to tighten, and a mask stays on.
Nice. Nice. Very nice. Yeah.
Super easy.
Yeah, I'm sure that that's a beautifully fitting, and we started this whole mask thing with something that was very flimsy, and now we've got better choices. So thank you very much for joining us today, and your website is on the bottom. So anybody wants to place an order, they know how to find you, and best of luck.
Thank you, Jackie. You guys have a great day.
Thank you. Thank you. So now we're going to walk down the aisle a little bit further to the next room where we're going to find LeAnne Marquis. I'm learning my way around technology, digital technology. So we are digitally walking down the room and finding LeAnne. Hello, LeAnne. How are you?
Hi, Jackie. I'm well. How are you?
Good, good. So I just want to say that on your website, reading your bio, it says that you're a graduate of the University of Hartford from the art school, and you studied design. You studied sculpture and painting.
Correct. All fine art. Yes.
Yeah. So clearly, the artistic world is your happy place.
Yes.
But then you decided to start taking some workshops, as I understand it, and learn about metal smithing.
Correct.
And then you discovered that it was an even happier place. In that process, you came across copper, which is your niche, and you're very good at it. So tell us about your copper jewelry.
Well, I call it painting with fire. They are my little fire paintings, actually. I'll show you actually an example of one that hasn't been made into jewelry yet. So it's a piece of copper.
Look at that. That's beautiful. I see all sorts of blues and greens, and yeah, that's really fantastic. So as you say, fire painting, but how do you get, we all know what copper looks like. We have a copper bucket in our houses, maybe.
Right.
But how do you go from that to okay, here's
it's all done with a torch. So I do a hot and cold process. It's quite a time-consuming process because it kind of changes all the time. And so I have to kind of quench it to get it cool and hot again because I don't want to lose the color that I've gotten. And so sometimes I have to just not be married to the first colors that I get to kind of progress to the next stages.
And now that you've been doing it for about 12 years, right? Can you look at what you've got? You've got these amazing colors, and then you go, no, I think I can make it a little bit better.
Yeah, I can do that. And sometimes
the advantage of experience.
And sometimes a way to do that too is to just remove that part of the copper, because I could have like a brilliant piece, color on one side and just dull on the other. So I'll be like, I don't want to lose that. So I'll take that away from it and continue on.
Interesting. Okay, so we're going to pull up your website now.
Okay.
And okay, so look at these beautiful pieces. Let's, how about we click on the hippie circle to make that a bigger, because that really shows your, if I click on it again, will it get bigger?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yep.
That's a great example of what the torch can bring out in copper.
Yeah, it's a perfect palette because what I do is I use the sheet like I showed you, and then I can decide on the sheet where I want to cut the shapes. And so the earrings can sort of be in the same color and pattern family, but they'll never be exactly the same.
Right. Wow. And we should look at another piece. I'm sort of reluctant to leave this one because it's so beautiful. But while we're switching over to another piece, tell us about the health benefits, because copper also has that.
Well, we've known since I started working with copper that people swear by the arthritis benefit, that it helps with pain. And so I don't have arthritis, so I can't guarantee that or anything, but I've heard from many, many people coming into the booth saying, oh, I love copper. It works so well to help with my pain. The other thing that I've discovered since the COVID has happened, that, I've always known that copper was, it didn't hold germs, but it can actually kill germs. The longer the germs are on the copper, it's microbial, so it will go away. The germs will go away.
I love that. So you can be beautiful and healthy at the same time.
Right.
I want to click on a piece like what you have on your model that's got a gemstones.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, which one? I think
There's
that
actually, it's the third one down. It's actually this.
yeah. All right, let's click on that. Peacock wood. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah,
go.
you can bring it up.
Wow, that is just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
That's a favorite of mine.
Yeah,
And that was a lot of steps.
Well, you're combining the copper with that's untouched, unenhanced, so to speak, with a fire torched with a gemstone. So that's
Correct.
a beautiful piece.
Yeah.
Beautiful piece.
Yeah, so for that one, I bezel set the stone, which I have. I don't know if you'll be able to see these very well, but these are stones that I'm getting ready to make into jewelry. So what I do is I form a wire bezel around each stone. I solder the bottom of them and get them perfect, or as perfect as I can, so that they're flat. And for this particular piece, I had this piece of copper, which I riveted to the back plate. And then I bezel set the piece. Well, I didn't put the stone in yet. I create the bezel, then I rivet the bezel to the piece, the stone. And so I set the stone, the bezel pusher, and I have all different tools. Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn my phone off.
That's all right. It happens to all of us.
So
Before we run out of time here, I know you've made a couple of special pieces for as a result of COVID. So up on the screen, the "We're all in this together" piece, which you're also wearing. So tell us about that.
Oh, I was thinking, it's like when this first all came about, I know we were all very sort of paralyzed and didn't know what was going to happen, and worried about all our loved ones, and worried about everything. So ideas were forming eventually on ideas of how we are all in this together, yet we have to be apart. And so this inspiration came from the Mother Earth, and how we want to take care of our Mother Earth and the people on our planet. And so it's part of we are all in this together, apart. So, and I'm
What a
wearing
beautiful sentiment.
the hands are hand sawn, and the color copper is riveted to a bronze piece on the back.
And then you have the puzzle piece, which I'm not finding here, but the good news is you've got it next to you. So
yeah, you can, if you go to "We Are All in This Together" apart on the side navigation, click on that. And
yeah,
then
there we go.
Yeah.
But you also have that next, right?
Correct. So the inspiration for this, and your last guest, Jessica, just talked about a dream. So it's kind of interesting, because I have been trying to think of ways to sort of like with the last necklace, just make people feel together, even though they have to be apart. And so I had a dream, or I woke up with a thought that might have come from a dream. So, and my thought was, we're all home, and we're just kind of reverting back to when we used to sit and do puzzles, play board games and things like that, and sort of slower pace. And so I was just thinking that I could create puzzle pieces that would all fit together, and then the people would have them. And so when they're apart, they would be apart, but then when they came back together, they would be together.
I love the sentiment. I love the sentiment. Well, with that, we're going to get apart from you.
So that's, I don't know if you can see that.
You've been very creative, and they're beautiful pieces. So thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate your being here.
Thank you.
All right, now we're wandering down the hall a little bit more, and we're going to find Rebecca Pirone. And there you are. Hello, Rebecca.
Hi, Jackie.
So nice to see you. Thank you for joining us today. So, as a way of introduction for you, I'd like to say that I think that your life is like a movie script. I think that, here you are, three sisters. The name of your company is My Three Sisters, as we can see from the banner behind you. So here you are, three sisters, and you're hanging out in Grandma's kitchen at her knee, and she's teaching you old school Italian recipes, how to bake cookies. I mean, I don't think there's anything more iconic than grandmothers and granddaughters cooking cookies in the kitchen. So you're having fun doing that, and then you grow up and you start a cookie business. And you start a cookie business in one of the foodie capitals of the country, Portland, Maine, which is a dynamite place to be involved in food. You have so much support there from the city. And pretty soon, your platters of biscotti and Italian butterball cookies are in demand, and essentially you're off to the races. So now that I've compressed your life, so tell us in your words about your journey to get here.
Oh, it was like to be able to have my grandparents to share these recipes. And I'm not sure if you realize this too, Jackie, that to get Italian cookies, you have to just about go to Boston. Italian bakeries. So either you make them yourself or you go to Boston, so that there was a demand there that I saw. So, and plus, who doesn't like baking cookies? Your house smells good all the time.
Absolutely right. Yep. Terrific. And one of the things that you told me that you had to do was take your grandmother's hand measurements and translate them into a measuring cup. And what did that mean? Because she worked off of look and touch.
Exactly. Or her juice jar, or
all right, well, while we're having a slight audio issue with Rebecca, let's pull up her website. So
we're still making small batches, but it's more.
Yeah. So, Rebecca, I'm going to sort of cut in and out here because we seem to be having a few audio issues on your part. I think it's on your part. Anyway, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, great. So, Italian and biscotti, pretty synonymous with each other. Tell us about your biscotti.
Biscotti is actually baked twice.
It's baked twice, and you've got a couple of flavors there, the chocolate with almonds and the amaretto with raisins and almonds. Both of them delicious.
My father-in-law always.
So I already know what she's going to say, which is that her father-in-law loved to have a biscotti as dessert, and he would dip it in his wine after dinner and enjoy his biscotti that way. Most people think about putting it in coffee or tea, but it works. Wine works too. So tell us about your bestseller are the lemon ricotta. So the lemon ricotta, I'm just going to talk until you can come back again. The lemon ricotta, I have to say that I've actually tried it, and it is amazingly delicious. And Rebecca says that if you put them in the freezer and actually have it frozen, it brings out the lemon flavor even more. So that's a little tip for you to try. I certainly would recommend trying it before you put it in the freezer, but that's an option too. And I'm sorry to say that we seem to be having some audio problems with Rebecca, but a cookie is a cookie, and it's pretty self-explanatory how delicious they are. The other thing that she's taken great care is that all of her cookies are hand wrapped individually. I think that's a great idea because not only does it preserve them and make it easier to mail so that you know that it's going to arrive not crumbled and in one piece, but it sort of presents for me mindful eating. I think that it's so easy to have that box open and have one delicious flavor that's so delicious that you need to go on to the next one. And you're going to think twice about it if there's an unwrapping procedure going on. Hi, Rebecca. Can you hear me now? No, I don't think you can. So she does a lot of research on her cookies to make sure that they have a shelf life, that they're going to pack well, that they're going to freeze well, and of course, you know, not being too businessy here, but on the other hand, it is a business, so she has to look at the economics involved in time spent to produce each cookie. At the end of the day, these are truly delicious. And as I said in the beginning, the people in Portland are knocking on her bakery and buying platters of these cookies. So she's got whoopie pies, which, you know, who doesn't love a whoopie pie? And the chocolate volcano cookie, I think if I remember properly, they're a little soft in the middle. So delicious. Here's the Italian butterball I was talking about earlier. She's particularly proud of this cran raisin orange cookie because it's a new flavor and it's a combination of tastes that you don't often think about, but it seems to work. So when she mails them to you, they come in this box, carefully packed, and a beautiful presentation. So I'm sorry that Rebecca was having some audio problems, but hey, that's the world that we live in today. And I think that you get a good look at her flavors and can appreciate the quality of these. So one more try. Rebecca, can you only see me or can you hear me?
I can hear you and I can see you.
Okay. Well, we've sort of been through your website. I think I covered all the things that you wanted to talk about. And, you know, in conclusion, they are absolutely delicious cookies. So, and they do have a couple of weeks shelf life if somebody orders them. But then, as you said, they can go 4 to 6 months in the freezer. So people shouldn't be afraid to order. And I'm sorry that we're out of time, but we've had a good look at your cookies. We just haven't heard in your words how delicious they are. But
Thank you so much, though. It was great to see you.
I'm a consumer and I've tried them and they are great.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So now we're going to go one more time down the aisle, and we're going to meet Barbara Tibbetts, our children's author. And she's got an interesting story too. Hello, Barbara. How are you?
Hello, Jackie. I first want to thank you for doing this for all of us. It's just so fun, and you're thinking outside the box, and we all need to do that right now. And you did a wonderful job explaining those cookies, so now I'm very hungry.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah, they are delicious. As I said, I can say that from personal experience. But so you have an interesting story. I mean, I think all artisans, because you are all creative, you all have interesting stories. But yours is sort of like maybe a fall into an opportunity. So just to explain to our viewers, you were a young mom. You were taking your daughter on a children's outing to Nantucket, and you thought to yourself, a brownie troop, and you thought to yourself, since you were chaperoning a bunch of young girls, how can I keep them entertained and active?
And teach them about the island as well.
Sorry?
And to teach them about the island as well.
Teach them about the island. Yes, exactly right. So you said, let me come up with a scavenger hunt. And you made it in paper, and you copied it or Xeroxed it, who knows what.
Yep, exactly.
And you had this little, paper pamphlet, and you gave it to all the brownies, and you started off on this scavenger hunt in Nantucket, and it was a huge success, and it kept them happy, and it was, as you have pointed out, and rightly so, it's a low-cost activity, and so from that, you saw an opportunity. And now here we are, because I love to do this fast forward. And you've now got 15 books, I think it is.
Actually, there's 20, 10 in a new edition and 10 in an old edition. And slowly those will become the new edition. But the new edition is just more colorful. So let me explain a little bit how it works. So this one is the Freedom Trail. And inside the book, on the pages, you'll find a picture. Whoops, other side. You'll find a picture and then a little write-up about what you're seeing. Peaceful conditions under liberty. These words represent a portion of the Massachusetts state motto. Massachusetts ratified the United States Constitution as the sixth state in 1788. When you find this plaque, add a sticker. So there's a little spot down below to put a sticker, and in the back of the book are the stickers. So it's nice and handy. When I did it originally with my daughter's brownie troop, we used a pencil. That, would get lost. And so I was like, okay, what else can I do? So we put in stickers. When we first put them in, we actually put them in ourselves. But now that I've grown in my business, I actually have them put in when the books are produced. And the little character down here, this is Hunter. And this is what Hunter looks like. He's popping up there. He has become a plush because my family are stuffed animal crazy people. And they showed up on the books because he showed up on the front of the books right here. And when he showed up on the front of the books, they were like, oh, we should do something with that. And so then Hunter became part of the series. There are the 10 books that are you'll find on the website now are the Freedom Trail, Battle.
Wait, while you're saying that, let's pull up your website so that people can see. I think, do you have a page that shows all of them?
You can go to shop at the top of the page.
Okay. And then scroll down.
Or you can go to the bottom of the page too, and there's a product.
Sorry.
No, it's a new website.
Here we go. They're just.
It's a new website. I'm learning to just launched this week. So a lot going on in the lookbook right now. So there's the Freedom Trail. You can see in Plymouth, Washington, D.C., Quincy. And if you scroll up a little bit more, we can see the other ones. Yep. And then there's Nantucket and Battle Road, which is Concord, Lincoln, Lexington, and Massachusetts. We have Plymouth Colony, which actually covers the whole 400th anniversary, which unfortunately they haven't been able to complete, and all their wonderful ceremonies they've set up due to COVID. And then there's a Gettysburg.
Wait, I have to stop you for a minute. Did you just say that Plymouth is celebrating its 400th anniversary and they?
400th anniversary, yes, it is.
Oh my gosh, that just breaks my heart.
It is. It's and people put a lot of time and effort, and I think they're still hoping that they can continue the anniversary and celebrate, but it's going to be a little different, and it's heartbreaking for the people that have worked so hard for that.
Yeah.
But to celebrate, you can go on the Plymouth Colony, which stretches all throughout Massachusetts and all the way over to the Vineyard, actually, with the history there. And then Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, historic Triangle, Virginia, and historic Philadelphia. And then Hunter pops up.
And then Hunter pops up, right? So you've covered a lot of Massachusetts, and you have apparently the whole world ahead of you. So there's going to be lots more books coming out over time. But what you've got right now is great because you have some major tourist destinations with Virginia, Philadelphia, Washington.
Yes, absolutely. I went on a 6-week trip to visit with my daughter after she graduated from college. And I was able to do quite a bit of research. And some of the books that will be coming out will be Savannah, Georgia, St. Augustine, Florida,
Nice.
Alamo, and a little town called Casey, Illinois. And they are a little town, but they have big things there. They have giant items, a giant rocking chair, giant wind chimes, giant key, giant knitting needles. And so that will be coming out. That's just a really fun book.
Yeah.
A lot of my books are based on history, which is actually a very good thing for right now for parents who are trying to build their curriculum and trying to find things to interest their children. The book can be used as sort of like almost like a study guide. You can sort of look at the pictures, and we can set up some. We do have some worksheets on our website. If you go to curriculum, you'll see some worksheets there. Or they can, do some research themselves, or have the kids do the research and learn about, for example, the Freedom Trail, and then the incentive that when we sort of can get out and move about again, you can actually go do the scavenger hunt.
I think it's a very clever idea. And, as we all know, when you take young kids someplace, it's sort of, well, Mom, where's the next ice cream shop? It isn't really about the next tourist attraction. So, whatever you can do to get them interested is job well done. So
exactly, designed to engage the children because they think a little bit differently than we do. And when we're on these different escapades that parents like to go on, I guess, and we're learning and we're engaging, they engage differently. So with the scavenger hunt, it sort of brings it down a little bit to their level, and then they can focus and learn what they can from the experience.
And also teachers are always taking kids on field trips. And so here's an extra level that they can employ to make their field trip interesting. And I'm 100% sure that we will all get back to normal and we will have field trips. And
I have had classrooms purchase the book for the children, and I've got great reviews that works really, really well for them.
Wonderful. That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming on with us today, and good luck.
Could I add one more thing, Jackie, before we
go ahead.
So not only do we launch a new website this week, but we also have launched a app called Hunter is Here. It is available on iOS, and it interacts with the book. So when you go to the Freedom Trail and you enjoy it and you learn all about it, then you can go back to the app and do a quiz. And so this is Hunter. He actually becomes animation, and he pops up on the book cover. When you turn the app and your phone to the book, he becomes augmented reality, it's called, but he sort of pops up in animation, and he does a little quiz. So after you've gone through the whole Freedom Trail, then you can see who was really paying attention, who can answer these questions. But it can also be used at home now for a tool to learn as well.
Nice addition. Thank you for sharing that with us. I think I'm glad, we can see curriculum on your website. So now people will understand what it's there for. So terrific. Great job. And best of luck. And we'll see you in November at Mohegan.
And thank you so much, Jackie. You have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you. You too. All right. Bye-bye. So that concludes our episode for this week. I hope that you have been inspired to find a wonderful gift for somebody that you need to tick off that box this coming couple of months, or a personal item. It's just so wonderful to be able to meet these artisans at this level and hear their stories. So I hope that you've had as much fun and enjoyment as we have. And our ask to you, not only to purchase items, but also to help us grow our community by make sure that you subscribe to this channel on YouTube, and please like us on all social media everywhere, and tell your friends and family and associates to do so as well, because by building this community whose mission is to support these artisans, then when we all get back to normal, they're still going to be here, and they're going to be and add diversity and imagination to all of our lives. So we want to keep them connected to you. In the meantime, please visit our website at New England Christmas Festival to see this episode again and all of our previous episodes, and you'll be able to meet lots of wonderful artisans there as well. We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks on Friday at 2 p.m. And until then, please stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you so much.